Hmm. How's it going, people? How's it going? Dude, the Steam Deck, a multi-trillion-dollar product, has just some horrible, shitty bugs. Like if you power it on and before it syncs, you click the update button for your game, it like kind of soft locks, but then eventually recovers. Like I've done that 3 times. I don't know why it's so bad. What's the best honey I've had? Bjorn's Colorado cinnamon honey. It is my main honey. I'm just checking to see if my update went through. Here where you cannot see. Looks like it did. That's great. Well, it's pretty good. Okay. Is today the 22nd already? Dude, that's crazy. Crazy. Okay. The Steam Deck's on sale. Well. Well, it seems like Gabe needs another yacht. Or maybe he needs another yacht. Who can say? Who can say? Did I try Valve Index? Yes. You never see Abner around these days since his industry was gutted. What industry is that? I went the tests yesterday. Good. What I want to do now is do some more optimizationing. Okay. So we're going to freeze the profile. So we're spending 1 millisecond here. It doesn't totally matter right now because we're CPU waiting, which probably means this is overlapped, although it might not be. But we want to get rid of that millisecond. We want to get rid of most of this 1.44 milliseconds as well. And I mean, this might be, this is not a fully hierarchical view. So, why? What's going on with my cursor? All right, there we go. So, render main game frame, 6 milliseconds. Simulate 1.3, simulate cosmetic only things is most of simulate. So that's kind of ass. But anyway, so what we're seeing is, well, hold on. Okay, the move transactions is in there, although that goes up sometimes to more than that. Okay. So that's mostly self time. And we know why that is. It's because it's going to all moving entities in the world. And then simulate is 0.69. That's actually the majority, right? Because update move transactions is only, 0.58. Including everything it calls, right? So what we could do is we could go to simulate and add some zones so we can see who's taking the time. However, that's going to be annoying because, dude, I've got honey on my keyboard. It's going to be annoying because we have to go through like a 90-second LLVM build every time. Sad. All right, so we're probably not doing that. Okay. Simulate B. All right. And that's probably already covered, I guess, because these probably have profiling zones, but we're just going to group them together there. Update move transactions. Process trigger markers might be slow. I mean, we don't have that many zones here. I bet process trigger markers is slow, right? Let's actually... Let's do this. Simulate D. So anything anything up here is going to be simulate a, this is maybe, we don't want to redo all of ours. So wait, wait, do we not have a simulate A? Oh, we don't. So that's simulate A. Congratulations. All right. We're going to go see. What happens? You know what? We actually want to do final build because final build doesn't have assertions in it. And also, this will be a little bit of testing of final build. We don't ship final build to playtesters yet because we haven't tested it. Ah! That's some newly added code. All right. Got a lot of work done today. This is our extra after work that we are doing right now. Where did the fifth board float to? Far away, I'm sure. Hold on, let's Scoo. So, yep, that is what we just built. I was just validating that. Final build needs packages. All right. Okay. Okay. Yes, please allow access, please. Wonder what we were doing there, but oh, we have no profiling data in final build. Ah. All right, well, we won't use final build for now. Sad. All right. We will use release builds. Is fine. Let's make final build compile again is going to be Donald Trump's slogan next time he runs for office. Since we're getting into final build territory, no, that's not what final build means. Final build just means it doesn't have all the developer stuff in it. It doesn't mean you're 5 days away from releasing the game. I don't know why we call it final build. We probably should call it release build, except that release build in Visual Studio parlance means optimized build, right? I don't know. Final build is what we called it on the witness, but it's really the build that you're going to give to people when they play, right? Um, yeah. Player build. Yo mama's build. Yo mama's build. We might have to play cards if we're going to keep doing this. You know what? Let's get it going in the background. And then anytime we compile, we can flip to the cards. Because, yeah, 90 seconds every time is rough. All right. So, however, we are done. Did I see Trump and Tylenol? They announced that a couple days ago or like a week ago. So I don't know why they had another event to talk about it. Did you structure the code in a way that made it easy to remove the dev tools? I mean, you just factor them into separate files mostly, and then you only load those files if you're in developer build. Okay. So here we are. Here we go again on our own. Do one frame. So simulate cosmetic only things as well is kind of expensive, but simulate, it's all in simulate D. Well, simulate, it's split evenly between simulate C and D, but D is expensive. So let's just get rid of A and B, those profile markers. They're not helpful. Don't need it. Don't need it. So simulate C is literally update move transactions. So that's fine. We're going to take that out and we'll just see the update move transactions. But simulate D, and it's got to just be process trigger markers, right? And that might mean we need a frickin' quad tree for markers or something. Maybe we can do something better than that. I don't know. Where is this? Trigger markers. It's in game markers. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go profile zone. That'll just name it after the function. And then when we can also do camera markers. All right. Dude, this is laggy because when our games Iconified, we're just still cranking it. Audio markers. And then this is a local area. Okay. Well, you know what time it is now. Look at this. We got twos. And this goes on the one directly. Oh my God. Amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need that 0. 5 on the 6. 7, 8 on the 6. Really? Um, yeah, this works. 8, 17, 13, 14, 15, 9, 10, 11, 6, 5. Did you see that? Did you see that? Okay. This 3 will go anytime we want. Boom. Lipperoonie. And actually, we can do that. See that? Isn't that great? Okay. So, if you're going to be very weird about this, okay, I understand that people on the left cannot possibly believe literally anything ever in the entire universe that Donald Trump has anything to do with. I get that, all right? But like what is the story for why this must be wrong? Like I've seen people tweet like, "Oh my god, it's so dangerous to say that Tylenol." How do you know? You realize that actual serious people with serious medical careers have made this association, right? So why do you not believe that and you do believe all the COVID stuff? No, someone's in my chat saying this in a very rude way that's demeaning to me, so I'm asking him to explain himself. Your understanding is the studies that indicated a link have been debunked. Anyone can debunk any study that they want, right? Like debunked by whom? Relative to whom? And why do you believe that debunking and not believe 100 other debunkings? Like just because you read a left-wing blue tweet or whatever they're called that says a study was debunked doesn't mean really anything. Neither does the fact that a study was published, really, right? Like, not really. So, why do you believe some fervently and you don't believe others fervently? It's weird to point to a name brand rather than the actual chemical because he's talking to Americans. Americans don't know what acetaminophen is. It's like saying, I'm going to drink a Coke. All right. Like, you guys are so unreasonable. It's unbelievable. This is why everybody's fed up. Okay. Because y'all are so unreasonable. I'm trying to think of an analogy. It's like even worse than the boy who cried wolf. It's like someone who nags you all the time. It's like the horrible girlfriend or wife, let's say, you she's really let her looks go and she bugs you all the time about everything you do. You're not driving right. You're not cleaning the counter right. You're not walking right. You didn't part your hair right. This it's like, really, guy, can you just leave it alone for a second? Like, we're we're sick of it and none of it even makes sense anyway. All I will say, so all I will say is the only there is one bipartisan stance that is the only reasonable stance, right? And that is as follows. Autism, along with many other diseases, have really gone through the roof relative to historical numbers, like incredibly so. And so it's very, very urgent that we find a solution. Okay. Like, tons and tons of people's lives are being harmed. People are way sicker now than they are when I was a kid. All right. So it's ignoring what politician is investigating or anything like that. I think that's a thing that most reasonable people can believe and agree on. Now, that said, of course, because RFK says it, a certain wing of people are just will say, no, 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 there's not more disease. It's like, no, there's a lot more disease. All right. And we should try and figure it out. It's very urgent. Okay. So, should we try and figure it out now while Republicans are in office? Or are you going to like sandbag literally everything that Republicans do and you only want to figure it out when Democrats are in office 12 years from now and just have another 12 years of people getting sicker and sicker and sicker? Like, I don't think that's a good strategy. Now, you might not necessarily agree with the Tylenol thing. By the way, my I didn't watch the conference, but my understanding is that they talked about a lot more than Tylenol in there, right? So if you're only mentioning Tylenol, that's also a clue that maybe you only heard about this from tweets and didn't get the firsthand information, right? Or bleats. Are they bleats? Is that what a blue sky tweet is called? You only heard about this from bleats. So, uh, you know, there's that. So, like, even if you disagree in a reasonable way about this particular analysis, which I think most people who disagree are not disagreeing in a reasonable way, they're disagreeing in a partisan way. Even if you disagree in a reasonable way, let's say you're a medical professional who is really well informed and has no conflict of interest and isn't bought into the medical groupthink, which is quite heavy, right? So there's very few people who meet those criteria, but let's say that's you. You still have to agree that the overall pursuit is good and that, maybe they haven't found the thing that you want them to find yet. But like, that's all of medical science, right? So it's like, I just can't listen to the pettiness anymore, guys. I cannot do it. So if you're going to mock me because you don't like the Tylenol thing, I think you're not welcome here. It's disrespectful to me. I you're disrespecting one of the hardest working people in the games industry, and I don't think I should tolerate it, to be quite honest. All right. So, um, oh, I did. Yeah, there's this weird bug in here when I do things the wrong way. How did I get out of this before? I don't want to have to restart the game. See, that's how upset I am about the bleats. What did I do? I think there's. Oh, we could do that. Okay, yeah. Hierarchical time. All right. So render base frame, simulate particles. All right, that's taking too long, but whatever. Render main view. Wait, why are we in render? Where's my... Okay, do one frame. There we go. Simulate. Simulate D. Update move transactions, animation player eval. All right, so that's as expected. We got rid of A and B and C, I guess. Right, this was C. We got rid of that. That's update move transactions. Process trigger markers. Audio markers. Really? Really? Okay. So this is interesting because we're talking to the WWise audio system in here. And I think maybe we're spamming events or something, right? Okay, so again, we can go in there. We can remove these two zones because they're not doing anything. Um, so we'll remove those zones, local area and camera markers, and we'll see what we can do about audio markers. Um, profile zone. Okay, audio markers. Oh, it's going over every moving entity. Oh, god damn it. It's n square. Who wrote this code? Don't answer that. I know who wrote this code, but like, it's for every moving entity tested against every audio marker. Are you fucking shitting me? I mean, this is fine for small levels, but for the, they even do the brackets wrong. Like, all right. What, what is this coding style? No, it wasn't me. No, the person who wrote this is no longer at the company, but turns out there's some easy dumb wins. I mean, this is going to save us in the end half a millisecond per frame on a fast machine, but on a slower system it'll be more. It'll be like 1 millisecond or something. Um, this might be something that I should assign out. Honestly, um, God, this is so ridiculous, dude. Okay, let's see. This is going to be called River Search because this is fucking ridiculous. And then, I mean, wait, are we doing set entity sound properties for literally everything? We're calling set entity sound properties 8,000 times per frame. Are you fucking shitting me? Anytime I see code indented this badly, I know that it's bad code. Like, it's just universal, dude. Like, You just know. Like, what is this if with else with no brackets? Either use all brackets or don't use all I should make that illegal, dude. Okay, what the actual shit? All right. Okay, hold on. Before we do that. Okay, that was the local area stuff that we already. Okay, so we've got set entity sound properties. We've got audio markers. What the fuck is this indentation, dude? So we're searching for what audio marker are we in? Okay, we have the programmer meeting tomorrow. Your team else considered harmful, like all else's? Do I consider Steam Deck a fast machine? No. No, I don't. Steam Deck and Switch 2 are approximately a last generation console. Or they're last generation and a half, you know, like PS4 Pro but a little slower. Which is fine. Like that was a cool system, you know, 8 years ago or whatever. Like when we started this game, that was a cool system. Yeah, it's not bad for a portable, honestly. All right, no apology has been forthcoming, so we are now issuing a ban. Unless I missed it. Let me see. Let me search the chat. Yeah, no, he's still being a dick, so later. I don't care if you're a longtime viewer, just disrespect is not tolerated. All right. Um okay. So, I do feel like I should delegate this to someone because I could do it, but like there's no special information required here to do a good job at this. This is a typical data structure thing. Um, Here's the thing: audio markers don't move. So we could run a loop like this when loaded, right? And then when entities move, which we know when that happens, um, then we could switch. But the thing is, so what? Aux bus and footsteps. I don't know what aux bus means. I mean, honestly, we could just have an index per grid square in the entire game. Like, it could be a constant time lookup based on the thing's position, even. We don't need to do that, but we could. It would be funny because it's a grid based game that's so easy. Should you keep pursuing game programming or should you get into bonsai gardening? Why not both? Why not make a bonsai gardening game? Except someone has already done that. So, how do I see ray tracing these days? Not exciting at all. Well, I think ray tracing is probably what we're going to end up doing for all rendering eventually, but I mean real ray tracing, right? I don't mean this bullshit RTX fake ray tracing. Um, because it just has advantages over the rasterized polygon approach. It's still too slow comparatively. You don't see how we're close to that? I mean, we had ray tracing systems in the 1990s. It's just that desired graphical fidelity went way up and resolution went way up, and ray tracing gets more expensive with resolution. But, you know, if you just do some AI fill in the noise thing, like is trendy now, you could ray trace from a relatively sparse set of samples and probably get a decent result. Maybe that doesn't actually work, but you kind of could. Ray traced games just look the same or worse than baked in lighting. Right, but baked in lighting can't change in response to stimuli. And like to be quite honest, baked in lighting is a huge pain in the ass for developers. Like it costs us a lot of time and energy to deal with it. So like if we just didn't have to deal with baked lighting at all, we would be happier. The fact games from 10 years ago look better than the ones today is insane. Well, that's what happens when the quality of the average practitioner in a field goes down. And when people spend all their time and energy at work at a game company doing something besides making games, like wasting time on the internet, politics, or watching porn on the internet, which is a different form of wasting time on the internet, or talking on the company Slack. Like, it's just a lot of things. Okay. I am going to send. Yeah. You know, I can just do part of this right now because it won't take that long. So the thing about iterating over every audio marker sucks. Um, but um, we can separate these into two parts. And I can do one of the parts now. The part that I can do right now is only updating this when entities move, right? So instead of calling this 8,000 times per frame, we'll call it a bunch at startup and then, only when entities move around. I think that makes sense. Um, okay. So let's just do this. Let's just factor it. Okay, we're going to call level start um, init all audio markers. All right. Oops. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we're just going to do this. Okay. And then we're going to factor it in a bit. But we are going to we're going to put this in level start. I can't type. What? There's this. Why is Emacs fighting me? No, why are you asking me to save to do dot ah! All right. So frustrating. All right. I don't even know why it was doing that. Level. Okay, this file is probably level start reevaluate. All right. Okay, so we'll do that. And then since we could change which player is active, well, let's make sure this compiles first. All right. Is lack of ocean. What is E? What? What? Do we have some E up here? Ah. Um, wait. Why is lack of ocean? Why? This is so confused right here. This is like this code was just wrong. All right. So this will not, of course, be any faster because we're just calling this every frame. Now, we're going to want to, uh, since guys can change who is active, etc., without moving, update guys every frame for now. Other entities only get updated when they move. All right. For update audio markers E. All right. Down here, this level start init, we kind of want to do two things. We're going to like so this best player marker thing is orthogonal. Okay. So we're just going to do this. Marker equals update. We call it update audio markers. Yeah. Update. Okay. Okay, we're going to try to factor this way. It's written a little weird. This is going to go here. Oh, no, we can do this. We'll just do that. Okay, so all this is going to be like that. Okay. My brain isn't working that well tonight. All right. Okay, so instead of moving entity, we're just passing E. Okay. 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 And then when where is update physical position? Here it is. Okay. I forgot to return the thing. Told you my brain wasn't working. So the point is you pass in the best player marker that you have and it gives you either that back or a better one. And that just lets you aggregate together across. All right, let's just see if it runs. I mean, I don't know how we're going to know if it's wrong. We want to make sure it at least doesn't crash, and then we'll look at our profile. I mean, do we even have audio markers, right? On the overworld. We may not yet, because they're for levels that are arted, which makes it extra stupid that we're. Yeah, there's literally no audio markers on this level, and we were spending 0.6 milliseconds per frame looking for them and then updating things based on that. All right. While that's cooking, but that's just video games. What is an audio marker? It's just markup. It's an invisible volume so that we can change sound effects when you're walking inside that volume or whatever. It could be footsteps. It could be we want different music if we're here. It could be ambiances, right? It's just a way of integrating with the audio system. I want to eat this 3, but it can't go yet. I could YOLO the 12. Oh no, that's not even a YOLO, dude. We do this, we do this, and it goes on there. Ta-da! Profile zone just sums up the entire time spent within the section. Yeah, that's what gives us the numbers that we were looking at in those graphs we were looking at. Okay, if I do this, we can go queen up. This is a little bit of a YOLO, but I mean, we'll be able to insert this in there, right? Let's do this. I mean, it's not Not much of a YOLO, honestly. We get it back. All right. I mean, we're doing great at this point. We're doing great. We want to get rid of the devil, just like Charlie Kirk. We got rid of the devil, just like Charlie Kirk. All right. Actually, we didn't get rid of the devil. A different card flew off. I assumed. All right, now we got rid of the devil. And this is our life. It was looping through every entity that could move. Yes, and every entity that could move on the overworld includes every single rock that you can't actually move because it's like just in a wall blocking things or like blocking beams or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All right. We should stop starting on this level. We don't need that. Okay. How we doing now? Look at it blasting through. Um, okay, do one frame. Simulate. Ah, we just got rid of. Remember, Simulate D was like really expensive? Now the audio is like not even there. Did, did I remove that zone or is it just so close to zero? Um, wait, we got rid of the zone. We got rid of the overall zone for this. We want that back. I don't know why I deleted that. Okay, so oh wait, no, we don't want that here. I thought I was looking at a different function. So update audio markers. So that's profile zone audio markers. Simulate D was in process trigger markers, which is here. That's this one. And then we only see, oh, there's audio markers. River search. Okay. So it's now the brain dead river search is all the trigger markers time. Um, King. Dude, Emacs sucks so bad. Okay, I'm gonna fight with this later. I'm gonna have to like, ugh! And then it puts me back in that buffer. Like, why? Let me change buffers when I want it. It's like it's because all this shit was written in like 1973 when you couldn't afford graphics. Okay. If the audio markers still work properly in levels that do have them, that is true. There are not very many levels that have them right now. And so what I'm saying is the audio guys are going to come back on the game to do that stuff in like the October, November timeframe. And we will discover very quickly if they don't work at that time. Okay. So process trigger markers, audio markers. Yeah, so we're spending 0.15 in river search, and this is 0.17 total. So it's almost all river search. I do think that is probably something that I can hand out to people. Although river search should only be for characters, right? So it shouldn't be that. Let's just look at what it's doing. Okay, first of all, why are we even doing this here? Like this is fucking ridiculous, right? Um why okay, my question is why is it so expensive? Because even though this code is ridiculous. Okay, you know what? This river search is also including this, which is not technically river search. So we're going to call this guy stuff. And I'm going to factor this into a separate find closest river for audio. It does this 25 times, which is like frickin' stupid. Okay, let's start with that. And then it's doing the search over every time. And it's doing like vector 3 ads when it like, are you kidding me, dude? What is this? If j is not 0 and j is not searched in -1, what? So it's searching. This isn't even right. This means it's just searching the border of the 5x5. Dude, this indentation is AIDS, dude. It's searching the border of the 5x5 by doing the 25. But searching the border is not even correct. Because the closest river is where you are. Oh, shit. No, it's even worse because I wasn't reading. It's a 3D loop, guys. Holy fuck balls. Okay, it's doing a square, but my brain saw the square and I didn't even conceive. It's starting with a size 0 square and going out and doing the boundary. Instead of just doing the 5 by 5. I guess it's so that you can break early, but that's stupid because you're almost always going to be 5 tiles away from a river. So this will almost never early out. So you're doing this fucking insane thing for no reason. This is like, yeah, this is next level wrong. Okay. Next level wrong. Okay, we're going to delete this. Oh my God. It's 10 by 10. It's doing this 100 times. Okay, but also in this pathological weird loop way. Because it's two, it's actually 11 by 11, right? It's 5 times 2 plus 1. It's 11 by 11. So it's doing this 121 times. All right. Well, let's just finish this part. So we're not calling this yet. Update audio. Okay. Like, we don't even need to do it over all the guys. We just need who's active because that's. Oh wait, get active player. I think we need to tell it if they could be dead. Does it get active hero? Because we actually do can be dead equals true. Yes. Okay. So we want to go here. Can be dead is true. Did I miss something there? Manager. Okay. Get active hero. We just said that. Okay. So update audio markers is frickin' horrendous and pathological. So we will have to do something about that. I mean, we could just have a river map, right? For the level. Oh, did I close this? Why did I close our cards? We need our cards during the compiles. All right. I mean, if it sounds like I'm unfairly bashing on somebody who wrote bad code, keep in mind that I probably paid that person $1 million in salary over the time that they worked for me. And you'll understand why I'm so goddamn angry sometimes. So we want to do Queen Jack 10 9 here, gold. And we want to do it on the queen so that we can do king, queen, red. So we want this 5 4 3 to get rid of by the 2 or the 6 here, and both of those are hard, unfortunately. We could do just the queen jack, or we could do just the 10 9. 10 9 gives us red jack on the queen. That's kind of useful. Unless we want green 4. I mean, well, here's the thing. We got a 2 down here, 2, and then red 6 or 5 on the 6. I don't know, guys. Life is strange. Yeah, it's just the thing you guys got to understand is I pay this team millions of dollars in salary, and I do not get millions of dollars. I am not even the highest paid person in the company. And so when people do a bad job and I find out about it later, I get really mad because I am not paying myself. In fact, I'm in tremendous amounts of debt so that other people can get paid. And then they get fired sometimes. So that's all. Did the compiled slime slow down? We're doing optimized builds, which is slower than I would like because LLVM's optimizer is pretty slow. Debug builds are very fast. Optimized builds, they take time. It's like Gabe Newell once said, these things, they take time. It kind of bothers me how this is off center. We need to take care of that at some point. Okay, what am I doing? I am looking at the profile. Okay, do one frame, simulate D, process trigger markers, audio markers. It's just in the main body of audio markers now? Wait, did I? Hold on. Oh, it's the river. I guess I didn't. We know it's the river because that's how long it took before, 0.15 milliseconds. Which, if you're using Python, that's how long it takes to probably add two integers. Okay, so yeah, this ridiculous river search is big. But again, so the overworld is what matters. And in the overworld, you're going to be 11 tiles away almost always. Like, yeah, it's nutty. How can I speed this up though? I would like to defer this to another programmer because again, there's no real special knowledge in how to make this fast. It's just basic spatial data structures. And it could be good practice for someone new to the team to do this or something, right? Um, LLVM is slow just traversing the tree. Yeah, it's true. I mean, LLVM went all in on this super object oriented, like every little thing is a node, and they pay for it, right? Does the speed comment actually make sense? We have an array of rivers on ocean state already. Yeah, it actually does. Um, kinda. Okay, so let me think about it. It's a good point. I was ignoring the comment, even though I wrote that comment. So, okay, I think this code is maybe not wrong now. There's all sorts of things you would do, by the way. Like you could just have a if you were going to do this and try to do it fast. I mean, it's stupid, but you could have an array of 121 pre-computed vectors, right? And not do all these loops. You just search through that in order because you could have it like spiral out like this is trying to do inefficiently from the middle to the outer one. And the first river you find is the closest one, right? Um, that would at least turn it into a 1D loop. But really all the ocean querying and all that is probably what's slow. It's like, do you guys want to see how bad this is, right? Like, it's doing this, but it's checking I inside the J loop. Like, if you wanted to know that you should continue if I is not equal to one of these, you could have done that out here and not even done the J loop for those. Oh, I guess it's an and. Never mind. It's not an or. No, I'm wrong. Okay. I'm wrong about that one. But you wouldn't like you just shouldn't do this filled in thing. You should you should go around the perimeter. We could change this code to go around the perimeter, but that's stupid also. You should just scan in a block. Let's just change it to scan in a block. For now. Or do we just assign it to somebody else? Really, I should. I've got design stuff I got to do. I've got story stuff I got to do. Um, okay, let's figure out what the ideal solution is, and then we'll assign that to someone. Because the special knowledge that we have is that we have been working on the game longer than anyone else, and wrote a lot of the gameplay code. So let's look at Ocean State. That might have changed. Um, Ocean State. All right. This is already computed every frame to go around the player. Active river tiles. I remember writing that. Let's debug break and see how big that is on the overworld. Because we could, if we're feeling spicy, we could just do a flat iteration over active river tiles. There probably is like 1,000 river tiles, but it might still be faster. Let's see. So Ocean State. Oh, we need to find. Okay, that's only on the ocean map entity. Okay, that's better and also worse. Um, it's better because it's localized. It's worse because it's not obvious how to scan for ocean maps in the right way. I mean, okay, we could do a sparse check for ocean maps and assume that if they're less than some size, yeah, I think that's what we do. We do a sparse check for ocean maps near the player. Um, and then we could even, if we're worried about tiny oceans, right? We could do fix that later, but I don't think that's an issue. So we do that. Um, we uniqueify them. Usually there's just going to be one or zero ocean maps, right? And then we iterate over active river tiles and just find the closest one. And that's going to be like some real blast processing situation. So active river tiles is a um, is there no position in there? Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. Direction, incoming streams, index in the ocean maps grid. Oh God. Okay. But that's fine because the ocean map is unit scale, so um, we actually can do this in integer, right? We can do the distance squared in integer. This is a little bit annoying. Am I really going to spend an hour tonight saving 0.15 milliseconds when I pay people millions of dollars to program? Is this really how things are? So we're trying to find the closest river tile because this is just for audio. All this is how loud do we play a river sound right now? That is literally all we are doing. So we can sort of successively optimize this. All right. We're going to do successively less dumb versions. So I don't know why this is in markers, by the way. Um, okay. So here's what we're going to do. Find any ocean maps within this radius with a sparse search. We may miss a very tiny ocean map this way. Sad. All right, so ocean map, oceans.allocator is temp. All right, and then we're gonna okay. We're gonna just give us a short name. We did minus minus plus minus plus plus minus plus. All right. So um, ocean, find ocean at center if ocean array add if unique oceans ocean. All right. And then we're going to do this. This is overkill for almost every case. It's fine. Okay. Um, okay. We have done this. I'm just going to delete all this fucking shit. Actually, we'll just do var plus 1.0. All right. And then we're going to go for ocean in oceans. Okay, for ocean dot active river tiles. And then we're going to have to do something here. We're going to go we're going to get rid of level has river because that's stupid. Level has river. Okay. Because again, the overworld is the one where performance matters, and the overworld has rivers. Okay. What did I just do? Yeah. Right. So we want to go active river tiles, right? And then maybe I should just put the world space position, right? I mean, we just want it here. Let's just do it, right? Isn't that better than the 3D Monstro loop that we had before? We can even do this as squared and whatever if we want to speed that up later. All right. Um, so we need to put this in there. Do we compute the world space position? Not necessarily here. Let's try to find all the locations, by the way. Let's say no check-in, set world space position. Let's add that member to new river. Okay. So we do that. Wire is first and is last, not flags, whatever. So we call table set on active river tiles. Let's just search for more of those. Table find. Okay, so here we get it. That's our position. And then we're drawing here. Okay. Okay. So here we are right, we're setting these values for that ocean map. What is happening here? Um can also just cache the guy's position. Yeah, it's just probably not worth doing that. We'll see. We'll see how much time it takes once we're done with this. We still haven't written that function, by the way, so we won't compile yet. The function to find the oceans, the motions of the oceans, right? So in this second one, right. So we're going to say why are we setting this if it's erasing? World space. World Pisachi. Pisachi is my new fashion brand. All right. So okay. Okay. Get world index. Right. Where was the thing I was looking at? I want to just make sure that I copy pasta. What is all this code? All right. Didn't we have like a Q0, Q1, P0, P1, add river tile? Okay, so yeah, it is this. Okay. Um, okay, so we're gonna go. Um, oh, never mind. We want to set the world space position here. We had a no check-in, right? So we don't have this I and J. So we're gonna do this. Okay, so we're gonna do that. This does like a a quaternion rotation if the entity is rotated. This is why we're storing the world space position. Okay, we're still not actually getting the ocean entity, but there might be other problems. Let's just see what it complains about. It's been a while since we compiled world space position. I thought I added that. New river tile. Where did I put it? I put it on the wrong struct. I put it on ocean state. That is wrong. This should probably be S32. This whole thing could be compacted, but so could my world space position. It is what it is. All right. Level has river. We got rid of that. I mean, maybe we should put that back. I'll put it back for now. So that just as soon as we're instantiating a sound in the audio system or not, it's like has river. Okay, this is what we need to put back in init ocean in line 242. One, you lock the target. Okay, find ocean at. Still doesn't exist, but also here. It index. All right. Find ocean at. So we have a get ocean info, right? And the first step of that is going to be get ocean info. So again, this could also be sped up, right? You know what? We'll just call this. We'll just call this and we'll see how fast it is. So this is get ocean info manager pause. Whoops. All right. And active river tiles is not a member of ocean map. It's on ocean.state. That ocean state thing is actually probably kind of a useless abstraction, but is it called ocean state? What's it called? This is on water rendering. Why? I don't know. Yeah, it's called ocean state. Like I said, should have just guessed. Okay. Now we will, of course, test this by telling us what the ocean distance is. But before we do that, let's just see how fast it's going to be. So first, we're just going to make sure we don't barf and die in debug build. Right. Okay. So it is running. And if we go, I'm sure it will be taking some time. Process trigger markers, audio markers. It is taking slightly more in debug build than it was in release build now. So it's going to be substantially faster in release build, I would say. Let's find out. Maybe it's not for some reason. Maybe these get ocean rivers are slow. Maybe the active river tiles is slow. I don't know. All right. We're going to make our release build. 17, 18, 19. Green 4, 5, 3. Where's blue 4? It's there. There. Hmm. Okay, we can put this jack, if we put 19 on the 18, 9 on the 10, we can put this jack on the queen if we put the 9 on the 10, right? And then that gives us 16 to flop all this back on, and then we're close to getting the 2. 2. If we get 15, which is, where is 15? Down there. Let's do it anyway. It's my best idea. Oh, we can actually do Jack 10 9 right here. Interestingly. And then we'll floppily blopple. Actually, it's more likely that we just get the 2 and the green 10 here, right? Okay. This looks hard. This looks hard. Not sure I made the right choice there. Not sure I made the right choice there, but that is the name of the game. I don't see a lot of action here. Action Jackson, man. I mean, I guess we get blue 2, blue 3, right? Problem is this blue 5 is annoying. We put 6 in the hole, get green 2, 8 on the 10-9, 4 between the 3 and the 5, and you know how I always talk about that. 3 pops, 12 goes on the, oh yeah, this is the play. This is the way, says the Mandarin Orange. Okay, that's great. Yeah, you want to avoid spiky performance, especially like what we really care about is the worst cases in the overworld. So we want to tune for that. All right, so do 1 frame, simulate D. Hey, look, 15x speed up in, you know, some amount of minutes, less than an hour. So when we leave this closed, it's kind of busted right now. You have to wait for the numbers to reconverge. Let's go to a certain place that you know, which I'll have to walk to manually. I mean, this has some rivers in it, right? Okay, the question is the answer right? Okay. So yeah, we're iterating over more river tiles theoretically. I mean, at this point, it's telling me 0, which is interesting. Um, I mean, it's probably just rounding off. But see, here we have more river tiles, right? Like if I'm here, this is close to river tile max. If we're getting the right answer, which we don't know. And that's still like fine, right? If you can speed up your game by 15x, you're doing okay, is what I always say. But again, we don't know. We have no idea if it's right. But it's much faster. Okay, so we can do this in debug mode, this part. Let me get a drink. We'll come back and we'll just print out the answer that we're finding and we'll validate that it's right. There are a few things that could be wrong. We could be missing oceans sometimes. We could be computing the distance wrong. Who knows? This code could be totally broken and it's not doing anything, and that's why it's so fast. We'll see in a minute. Well, I re-spilled all my water, so I am refiltering. Do you have any oceans smaller than 5 by 5? We shouldn't. That's the kind of thing that is a restriction that you are happy to take in a video game, right? Okay. Actually, we might have one level in the entire game where there are oceans smaller than that. But you know what? We could have some special purpose code for that level or just dial it, take more sample points. Okay. Oh, we're okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to say game report tprint distance whatever oceans whatever, right? So this is going to be closest river dist and oceans dot count. And I think since distance like we'll start at 6, so distance 6 ocean 0 is what we expect when we're not around water at all, right? Is there anything else we want to print? Probably not. All right, I hope it works. It may not work. Is it different oceans at the different sides of the crossroads? Yeah, there are 2 there. Oceans 2, distance 2.23 because I'm in the air. There we go. Distance 1. See that? It should go up and then down. Oh, hey, okay, so this is a small tweak. There's 2 things we're not doing. So it's changing discretely because we're using the gameplay position and not the visual position, which is a common mistake in this game. So we would like it probably to interpolate more smoothly, so we should use the visual position for the guy. And then we're not handling wrapping because the old thing did wrapping and the new thing does not. So let's do this. Guide out visual position. Let's go. Can we just call wrapped distance? Let's double check that doesn't assume. I don't think it does. Wrapped distance. Yeah. All right. Dist is wrapped distance. Guide.visual position. Info.world space position. We need to pass the manager. I'd like to speak to the manager. Also waterfall sounds. Yeah, those will probably be done with audio markers. There aren't that many waterfalls in the game. Distance 1. There we go. One, two, three. Okay, that's strange. So you'll notice that was a little bit wrong. Um, so what's happening here is when we search for oceans, we do it by scanning. This is why I kind of wanted to write my own function for this. And then I was like, oh, we'll use that one. We do it by scanning from slightly above, a couple units above the guy, right? And so here it's continuously going up, um, as it should until we hit around 3 probably, right? And then it jumps to 5. And the reason is because we're no longer seeing the top ocean, right? In reality, it should go smoothly up to 4 and then back down. So we need to, in get ocean info, I mean, let's just wrap this into here for a minute. Um, so first of all, we just want to use ground layer this frame. Okay, how does that work? Ground layer index. All right. Um, Hopefully this won't array bounds check on us. Um, and then we'll go, okay, so anyway, so when we do get ocean info, right, we're skipping all oceans that are between these Z values, right? So what we can do is we can collect all potential oceans, right? And then we could even use this to do a better search if we need to. Um, anyway, okay. So if we go back here, I just want to be paranoid and do them all right now. So, um, right, this is what was rejecting us here. So we're actually not gonna, we're gonna ignore this, I guess. Actually, we'll keep it. So, actually min. So we're going to min Z1 with sample position dot Z plus R. All right. So we're going to say sample position is guide up position. Right. So Z1 will be only as high as we could possibly search, right? And Z0 is max of Z0 with sample position dot Z minus R. So, and actually this won't be, I mean, I guess we'll just put this in oceans and see. I mean, the thing is, there's going to be a lot of ocean maps that are far away, but they'll have no river tiles. So it maybe will be fast. And anyway, we're going to consolidate those over time. So let's see. Um, let's call this ocean. Calling it map is weird. That's a historical name that goes way back in time. All right. So we do this. We're not even going to do all this anymore. Thank you for your service. And we're just going to do that. Ground layer index this frame. What is it called? Is it just ground layer this frame? Yes. Extents. Oh, that is extents. Map. I told you we do not call it map. Call it pedophile. And we... All right. Would I ever consider making game in assembler? Only if it was like an Atari 2600 game or something. Like that would be fun. Okay. Ocean's 15, that's a movie. I can't see my time rate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now we have to see if it got slower. Let's do some other test cases. See, this is why you like just write simple things like this in tester code. All right, we sure are spamming this. It's like it doesn't even have time to fade in. Ocean's 43, distance 2.9, that's right. 3, 2. So now we simply never miss any ocean. That's probably better anyway. As long as it's fast enough. And if it's not that fast because we're iterating over so many oceans, I think it's probably faster. But if it's not as fast, we can consolidate some of these oceans today because they don't mostly need to be there. I'll show you. They're like little chunks that things are broken into for editing purposes. All right. So we can do this. We could put 10 on the jack, but that leaves us 2 Arcana, which can't quite go anywhere yet. But that also gives us 3, 4, 5. Let us not forget that. And then that gives us blue 8, blue 9. So we could do blue 8 on blue 9 and 6 and put the 5, 4, 3 on the 6. Um, see, if we could bring queen to the left, we could put the 12 or the 12, 13 on the 11 and then the 2 arcana on the 1, but it doesn't quite work. So um, we put Jack 10 9 over there. We put Queen Jack on the king, and then we get 3. Oh, so we're good. This works, is my theory. All right, so we do that. Right? And then what did I say? Wait, did I say something that was... I said something about 5, 4, 3 going somewhere. Oh, 8 on the 9. Yeah. 5, 4, 3. Jack 10, 9. Queen Jack. 2 arcana, right? And then now we could pop this. I mean, I kind of don't want to do it yet, but we're close to being able to do that. It might work out, right? Like you put the 2, 3 in the hole in this orientation. You pop the 0 off. You lift the 6. You put the 13, 12 there. The 1 goes. The 2, 3 go, right? And so that gives you the slot back. So the 6 comes back down. But, and we could trade the 12, 13 onto the 11 here. The thing is, it's still like, it's still 8 your slot, right? So that's a little bit, we would have to recover from that financially. Oh no, I thought that was a 15. All right. What line? That's a line from something, right? I will never financially recover from this. I forget what it's from. Oh, let's just do this, by the way. $43 is less than $121. That is also true. However, they're not exactly comparable. But yeah. Oh, is it from Tiger King? It might be. All right. Wait. Yeah, so we still have Oceans 43. You know what? It's actually the fact that we're doing this T print is going to make us slower, by the way. So we should take the T print out and recompile so I could play some more cards. Um, yeah, it's still 0.02. And that's again, we can consolidate all the things. So I think that's going to be our solution. Um, we can have a little ocean consolidation party right now, in fact. Let's just redo that so we can see it without the T print. Um, okay. There's a slight discrepancy between building the ocean list using position and getting the distance to the river using visual position. We don't build the open ocean list using position anymore. I deleted all of that. Oh, I see this. Um, yeah, you know what? That should be visual position. You're right. It's not going to matter for any of our current test cases, really, except maybe that one where we were dropping down. But that is a correct observation. Both of these should be. And in fact, this should be sample. Actually, wait. Ocean dot position. Oceans don't move. So that's fine. It actually doesn't matter. But this should be visual position. And this should just use whatever we declared was sample position. That's the best way to write it. This won't have any performance difference with what we're compiling now. Oh, it's done. Okay. All right. So we can't see, but it's computing the same answer as it was. And do one frame. Simulate D. Okay, we're 0.02 right now. Or no, find closest river is still 0.01. Yeah. And that's with the frickin' 43 oceans, which let's consolidate some of those just for funsies. So, you know, when I was editing, I was like, let's make one ocean per screen sometimes, like these, right? And these ones I don't want to combine right now because, like, they have rivers on them and that's annoying. But, like, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's annoying. So there we go. We just got rid of two oceans. Um, we just got rid of three oceans. Total of 5 savings. That's more than 10% of our oceans. Just call me ocean optimizationing man. Or whatever. We just got rid of 3 oceans. I'm going to want to put this T-print back so we can see our new number of oceans. Just got rid of 3 oceans. I've lost track. That's like 16 or 14. It's in the teens. It is in the teens, but not yet legal. Okay, we'll start a new one up here. Oh, that's a biggie. Biggie smalls. I mean, we might as well click this 38 times. 37 times. Weird. Okay. Down here is probably, you know, a bunch of, well, it's not as crazy as I would have thought. How about up here? Okay, these are individual. Well, no. Because this one has a river. We could combine those. It doesn't matter that, like, leaving some straggler holios is fine for now. We're just doing a little pass. All right. I mean, let's just extend this one all the way down. So, I mean, this one's basically completely invisible. So we delete that one completely and then just for a little something something, we'll tuck that under. That one's already tucked under. Little pig in blanket. Okay, let's see. This seems like it's not that many oceans, but all right. You're going to go ocean map, select all, filter coord Z minus 5, 5. All right. 27, 28. That's the thing about video games is like, how is this 28? You know? Well, we can find out thanks to the magic of Game Engine, right? Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reasonable so far. 5. I don't know why that's broken out separate. 6, 7. I mean, these are kind of in random order. I'm just looking for little ones. Wait, where's this one? Bruh. That must be because we had this area modeled. Yeah, let's delete that. All right, we found one. We found a 3x3 ocean that would have broke our old system, but doesn't break our new system. Okay, so here, this is a little weird that this is an ocean. Maybe it's because... Oh, it's because these are all... These... See, this one's kind of big, and it's all shaped, right? Um, and then this one just goes under the water, and then... See, so... Really, we should probably just extend this one west, right? Except that'll put a bunch of water under there, and we don't necessarily want the fill rate, so we'll leave it. I don't know, man. Okay, that's another similar case. Oh yeah, baby, let's get rid of that. Okay, this is completely not visible. This is just an extension of this, but that one's really tall and this one isn't, and we might want to make that mellower water, so we'll leave it. That's fine. 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 I mean, it's kind of silly that these are all individual ocean map entities, but like, it's not that easy to edit rivers right now. I mean, it is. It's fine. It's just not as snappy as everything else. But I mean, honestly, well, actually, for river noise purposes, maybe we want no, because we check them all at the same Z no matter what. Okay. Um, maybe I'm fine with this for now, right? This is we had 27. We're down to 24, which is like about half of our original number of oceans to search. How many square miles is this map? 11 billion and a half. Yeah, we can combine these later as well. This is fine. Like, This, we've already knocked it pretty far down. Um, let's actually, let's rerun. We probably didn't exactly divide it in half, but we might have. Um, yeah, I mean, it's back to 0.01, or is it, or no, I guess it was 0.01. I don't know. It's 0.01. Like, I feel like that's okay for now, right? Given that it was 0.15, like, that's great. So we're going to take the W on this. And I'm going to get my water. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I went to get water before. And I kind of got some water, but there wasn't enough. So I went to go refill the water filter and I spilled my water. So I got none. So we're going to go get some water and put a little hydrogen pill in it. Um, and not take Tylenol. And then we could look at update move transactions, right? So that's, I mean, really, that's 0.52. So this higher value is how much this function takes every frame. And this is 0.52 out of 0.61. Or separately from simulate, actually, we should look at this. Simulate cosmetic only things is now way more expensive. They used to be about the same, but then we cut out half of simulate. So we'll actually go here next. Cosmetic only F. See, we made zones for this before, so we can look at what that is. But we're going to take the W. Do we have a no check-in? By the way, that was 0.15 milliseconds on this machine, which is like, half a millisecond or 3/4 of a millisecond on like a Steam Deck or a Switch 2 or something, right? So like it starts to really matter. Okay. I had to block, apropos of the conversation from earlier, I had to block some dude on Twitter today. For some reason, whatever the new Twitter algorithm is like showing me a lot of tweets from specific people, some of whom are fine, but like this one guy is one of these just like rage posters. And like during this press conference, he was posting and posting and posting all the ways in which all of this was stupid. And of course, everything he was saying was like unsubstantiated and bad, right? Someone was like, he started saying something about like how everybody already gets a lot of folate because of folic acid. And somebody was like, folic acid is bad and a lot of people don't metabolize it. And he was like, no, you're lying. That's stupid. Everybody knows folic acid is great. And I'm just like, it's the whole TDS thing, right? It's like some of these people will just literally everything involved has to be completely 110% wrong every time, every day, every minute. And they won't shut up about it. It's insane. It's insane. You've been learning about arena allocators, and it seems like it very easily solves, so don't forget free. Yes. Um, most allocations in so this programming language is especially tilted toward arena allocations. Tilted, geared, and probably almost all allocations that the game does are temporary allocations. Except at startup, right? Like at startup, you're loading a bunch of stuff that you're going to keep around a long time. But aside from that, okay. Cosmetic only F. What? Oh, I thought that I'm looking at the monitor from a weird angle. I thought it was only this. There are a lot of freezers in the overworld, so we can look at that. But why are we updating the animation graph for a rock? We don't. This is something that somebody added when they were animating rocks the wrong way or something, okay? Oh my god. Do rocks have an animation state still? Is animation graph in like the root? Yeah, we have a freaking animation graph on the root entity. We probably shouldn't do that. Oh, there's so many things. Our entities are PHAT. Okay, so that's going to be. Let's go look at this, but where is update animation graph? That probably was slow. That was in simulate. I mean, maybe it actually wasn't doing that much, but maybe it was. Let's see if we're so there was a whole thing. So right now when you push rocks and stuff, you they have little procedural animations and they're fine. But at one point a year or two ago, I was like, "Hey, we could have these be hand-authored animations that are stylized and all that. But I don't want you to use the frickin' animation player. Just dump out the orientations of the root bone and hard code those and we can play those." And like, again, whoever was programming this just didn't listen to me on that. And I turn around one day and they're fucking instantiating skeletons on all the rocks with like animations and shit. And I'm like, what the? I made them stop it right there because I was so angry. But um not only because it was a dumb thing to do, but because it was a dumb thing to do and they didn't listen to me when I told them not to do it that way, right? Uh yeah, so we no longer have even that concept of hand authored animations. If we do it again at the last minute, we'll do it the right way, but I feel like the procedural animations are good enough that they'll be okay if we just put some work into them. Right now, some of them look dumb, but it's just because like that's just what I typed when I didn't know what we were going to want. What if the rock has a skeleton in it? Then the skeleton will be unable to move because it's frozen in carbonite. Think about it. Okay, so let's just who gets assigned an animation graph? Add animation player. Please tell me this isn't being run for rocks. We can assert that it's not. All right. Um, so if these don't have animation players, then that's probably not taking the majority of that time, but still iterating over all the rocks and like touching them to check for animation players is non-trivial. That would take some time. Let's just see if this assertion goes off. Nope. Okay, that's good. So it probably, that loop was probably a no-op now. Um, let's delete it. What is update animation cosmetic? And why is that here? Evals the animation player. Yeah, no thank you. What if game should render? Yeah. Okay, useless. All right. I mean, some of these we really shouldn't be doing here. Do we have, does update point lights have a zone? Yes. Okay, so we would see that if it gets big. Oh, this is, okay, this is another, anytime we do this, we want to get rid of this. Update orientation. Oh my God. Okay. So this procedural animation stuff, this whole loop should go away. This is what's taking all the time. The thing is, we want to invert this check. So, you know, we have all this apply nudges stuff and whatever. We know what needs the nudges because we've got an array of nuggies that gets applied. These nudges are the procedural animations. Okay. They're actually not stored in quite a centralized, convenient way, but in principle, we can just iterate over all the nudges and apply them instead of iterating over all the entities, right? That's not how we want to do it. Okay. So why isn't this just doing the nudges? So what why do we have these separately anyway? Oh, it's for the flipping. What is update active tees? Okay. So first of all, so this is only for skipping stones, this whole function. Eventually, we probably want the flipping T. This is, when rocks flip when you push them in the water. All this got written before a lot of this other procedural animation, so who knows? Okay, so this might be somewhat faster. Let's check that active tease though. And I mean, honestly, this can be broken out anyway. Okay. Like, there's a way of approaching this that actually involves making it slower first. Because, like, we could do this loop and then do this loop just for rocks and gems, and then do this loop for everybody again, which is what would make it slower. Although, maybe when we set in nudges array, maybe we do have a centralized nudges array. Let's see, in nudges array. I mean, let's check it. In nudges array, remove nudges. Okay, that's going to be annoying. We're going to want to make our nudges a little bit slightly more object oriented, but not in the bad way. Because we've got a bunch of heterogeneous nudges. Oh wait, maybe not. Did I fix this? Remove nudges. Okay, so we've got a big ass union. We've got a more perfect union. All right. That's fine. That is okay. This is what I was saying maybe we would do. Actually, I was thinking of making a hierarchy of them. This is fine. For now. Because all we needed was that thing. So honestly, we can do this. So let's do this one thing at a time. We're going to cut this out. Okay. But apply nudges. The goal is to get rid of this whole loop, right? So first we take the nudges out of the loop, then we take these out of the loop, and then this is going to be kind of stupid. So, because we're still iterating over every rock when almost none of them are skipping stones. We could fix that later. And then this part is a little bit annoying, but shouldn't be that annoying. Okay. All right. Apply nudges. So okay. For manager.nudges. Just like that. Boom. So we want to validate that that works. I mean, yep, see that? See the rock tilting like that? That's nudges. Oops. I meant to open the console. Dude, I can't wait till this whole game has graphics. It's gonna be so badass. We pushed an update tonight that has a little bit more overworld graphics, but still, you know, still toward the beginning of the game only. All right. You can see how lower in this, we actually don't. Yeah, see how they're like landing and stuff? They're like bumping. This game should be called Bump and Grind. Yeah. So, you know, we could add a little bit of like side rotation and stuff in extreme cases like this. So it doesn't like look the best, but technically speaking it is working. All right. That level's funny. I mean, it's what do you remember out of a game after you finish playing it, right? It's stuff like that. It's stuff like the Dragon Choir level that you played this week or whenever. I'm maybe that was 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I'm catching up on videos. Like those are the things you remember about a game. Okay, so this isn't really going to be faster yet. Okay. Um do procedural animations for stuff that isn't in the nudge system for historical reasons or complexity reasons. Okay, so let's actually put this profile zone nudges. We're going to make a release build and just see how much time goes into each of these things now. So, because we have two things. We have this is iterating over everybody. Everyone. I still haven't seen that movie. Um, so we have this, and then we have this. Everyone. All right. So this is going to be profile zone, silly orientation updates. All right. And then, I mean, this is all stuff that's fine for a small game. And then this is profile zone, procedural anim. Okay. Okay. Why am I inconsistent about where I'm putting the comments? Okay. Boom. Like, dude, iterating over by type when everything by that type is packed together is just one of the most powerful things. Like, it's kind of insane how much I do it. It's one of the best things. All right. Let's do the release build and see the timings. Okay. So 7 pops. Let's just do this. Let's just do that. Five. Five. Uh-oh, we got to get rid of the devil. I mean, we basically won, right? Okay, let's get rid of death. Um, Easy clap. Look, we beat the compile. I mean, we had already gone most of the way through that level, but we can tell ourselves we beat the compile. Two, 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 two. That one's close to the surface. Jack on the king, queen, 19 on the 20, 14 on the 15, 4. No. Annoying. How are 0 and 21? 0 and 21. Everything is buried. Everyone. All right. Um, well, yeah, red 4 is annoying. What do we even see here? I mean, we've got blue, king, queen, jack. We can get the blue 2, actually, or the red 2, because 19 on 20, 14 on 13, right? So these twos, this is like in the Dark Knight, right? When Rachel is in one place and Harvey Dent is the other place. And the Joker's like, you could only save one of them, Batman. And Batman's like, no. And he goes to save Rachel and he gets to Harvey Dent or whatever because the Joker switched them. That's exactly what this is. It's exactly how how is it possible that the third movie sucked so much worse than the second movie, which was good? Like, how do you make a second movie that good? And then the third movie is just kind of mediocre ass. I mean, it was all Heath Ledger's performance, right? Like, that's what made it so amazing. But like the first movie isn't that good either, right? It's like the second movie is the good one. The whole trilogy has a reputation because of the second movie. It's like Empire Strikes Back. Well, no, not exactly, but you know what I'm saying. All right. So the nudges are still going. Let's go to the overworld because that's the expensive place. And we're going to go to the start because that's just where we do it. Oh, we were looking at cosmetic only. I think this wasn't this 1.6 before, or maybe it was 1.3. I don't know. We should actually remember the numbers. I think this was 0.6, 0.6. So we're down to 0.4. It's all the silly orientation updates now, right? But that's good. That's where the other 0.2 went is this silly orientation updates used to also loop over this guy and nudges, right? And now it doesn't. Now it only updates over yeah, the silly orientation. So now we need to figure out what to do about that, but I'm going to take the W first. And we're going to play a little bit more cards while I let my unconscious mind think about what to do. Orientation. No, that's next. Speed up, simulate cosmetic only things somewhat. First one set up the dark and brooding superhero setting. I mean, that part was just copying the Frank Miller comic, right? That was so back when they did the original Batman movie, the Michael Keaton Batman. Everyone was like, "Oh shit, they're going to do a Batman movie. Is it going to be cool like Dark Knight, the comic book?" And it fucking wasn't. But everyone still thought it was cool to have a Batman movie because before that, there were all these like fake superhero movies. We talked about this on stream before. For some reason, they were doing all these like superhero movies where they didn't have the license to a comic character. So they were all like fake superheroes. And then the Batman movie was like, okay, we'll make an actual superhero movie. If only I had known. Yeah, Darkman. Who is Darkman? Um, or like Remo Williams. You guys remember Remo Williams? That wasn't exactly superhero, but sort of. Um, Jake Speed, that was superhero. You guys remember Jake Speed? If only I had known back then when I was looking forward to a Batman movie how fucking driven into the ground superhero movies would get. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, but believable. Okay, so we either get so red three, four, that's moderately appealing. Blue two, blue three is very buried. Blue four is there. It's under red four. So we are voting for Rachel, just like Batman did. Oh, we get Jack 10-9 sandwich. That's good. If I had seen that, that would have made the decision easy. Six on the five. Okay, we're gonna go swap a Rooney these. Okay. And then we have a 3-4 here ready for when we get to 2. That's okay. What else? Easy swap. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have left myself with a one bagger, but I didn't. Hudson Hawk. I forgot. I don't think I ever saw Hudson Hawk was the Bruce Willis movie, right? I do not think I saw that. Check this out. Bet you didn't see that. Unbreakable. Unbreakable is a totally different generation of movies. That's like way after what I'm talking about. Now, Buckaroo Banzai was a fake comic book movie, but that was the good version of a fake comic book movie. I mean, we're going to get tired of winning here pretty soon. We're going to get tired of winning. We got no Arcanas after all this time. Let's get some. Let's get some Arcanas. This is so weird. We got a jam up. You just got jammed. Why did I do all those flips? Because I can. Um, all right. We win many times over. All right. So here's the thing. This is some of the earliest code in the game still here. Gameplay objects have a theta target on them. It's a 2D angle. And as noted in the comment, that gets converted to an orientation. Now, the question is, what do? We could maintain an array of things that are interpolating toward the target theta. That seems like overkill. Perhaps it is. But it would save us 0.5 milliseconds on a fast machine, dude. On a slow machine, God only knows. Let's see. So probably we just hard set theta target, right? So the question is, how many times do we do that? Almost never. Literally almost never. Let's double check. I'm assuming what this does. Let's look at update orientation. So if it's a guy, we're doing a bunch of code. So first of all, we're running this if statement for every entity. Let's factor that out. It's just like this stuff makes sense for really small levels, right? Um, so if the guy's wiggling, which is what happens when you try to move him, and you can't move, and that may even go away. In fact, actually, did we get rid of wiggling? Because I think we play an animation now. Dead wiggle enabled. I bet that's set to false. Oh, it is enabled. Really? Maybe I just didn't like the animations that we did, or maybe we never finished them. So like if I go to the Monstros here. Whoops, don't become a wizard, Harry. We're gonna go unleash the Monstros. Release the bats. Okay. So, oh, we're still cheating. Boom. All right. So she's playing an animation. Oh, did we turn it off in all dot variables? Yes. Let's just get rid of this. Okay, it is gone. And we just delete the code now. This is completely gone. All right. We'll take the W on that. Well, we got it. We got to delete this other. Dead wiggle. Awesome. So, um, okay. Spoilers. Buckaroo Banzai and RoboCop are the same guy. Bet you didn't know that. I bet some of you knew that. I know that because I'm a Peter Weller fan. But most people don't know that. Original RoboCop, not Milk Toast 2014 RoboCop or whatever year that was. Okay. I mean, we should just. Why is this a function now, right? Easy clap. Oh. I'm starting to get tired again. It's 10:15 p.m. I just felt it. I just felt it. Okay. Naked lunch. Yes. Time for our William Tell routine. Although, again, I mean, here's the thing. I liked Naked Lunch a lot when the movie came out, even though it's gross. I liked Burroughs. I read the Burroughs story collection and all these things. Seeing where society has gone in the decades since then, it's one of those things where I would go back and say, I'm not I'm not actually down with this. In retrospect, seeing where everything went, you know? But you can't win them all. Was Michael Keaton in the new RoboCop? I don't even remember that. Birdman was pretty okay, but I will say it was one of those movies that was not as good as everybody said it was, right? Like when Birdman came out, everyone was like, "Oh my god, Birdman is amazing. It's the best movie ever made." And it's like, "No, it's okay. It has some problems. Glad they made it. It's fine that I got to watch it." Birdman is great if you're too used to the regular slop. That's true. Has anyone seen Spinal Tap 2? Like, I think the box office completely bombed for that movie, which is very sad. Like, how did they fuck that up? 2 million domestically? How do you make $2 million in 2,000 theaters with a sequel to one of the greatest comedies of all time? Which has been getting good reviews as well, right? Because who goes to the theater? Yeah, but some movies are making money. Oh, I guess the reviews are not that good. Okay, maybe I just saw a YouTube thumbnail that was like, it's great, but maybe it's terrible. Okay, maybe that's why it bombed. Rob Reiner certainly has the worst TDS of anyone ever, except for like, well, not really. I mean, maybe he ties Keith Olbermann or something like that. Stephen King. Peter Weller voiced RoboCop in the new game. Oh, that's cool. Michael Keaton and Gary Oldman were in the new RoboCop. Dude, I don't even remember that. The new RoboCop was so bad. Like, how do you fuck up RoboCop, dude? They just made it like so generic and lame. I should make a RoboCop game. All right. Um Anywho, let's just go look at the timer again. It'll take a little bit to compile, but like we're just talking about RoboCop anyway, right? So we are going to be back at here and we're going to be looking at this. We have narrowed it down. This is the piece of code that is sucking up all the time. And we probably don't even need this for most entities, but um, let's just keep a hot list, right? Um, should we just have it be a small hash table? So first of all, we'll do this. We'll do this in level start, reevaluate, right? Um, level start init orientations. So this just snaps us to theta current. All right. Okay. So we're going to do this. Okay. We're going to go level start init orientations. I mean, we could do that up here. I don't know. It's cosmetic, hopefully. Okay, so now we only need to do this for things that are in the turning entities array. Okay. So we can do this and then we can remove it if theta current is equal to theta target. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go for uh manager dot turning entities. Um, um, active theta current. And I want to be very specific about what I mean because the transactions turn you as well. So okay. So active theta current entities. Let's this is less silly, but we'll make a profile zone. All right. E is find manager ID. Comma E. All right. Okay, if E dot theta current is equal to E dot theta target, remove ID. Okay. So this is going to be a hash table. Okay. Add to theta current entities table set manager active theta current entities e dot entity ID true. This is just I guess we could yeah. When we want a hash table and we don't care about the value, we just want an array of entity IDs, we map them to bool. Honestly, this could just be an array. Let's make it an array and we'll see if it's slow. Well, no, because when you reset a level, maybe a lot of things change. I guess we don't want things to be in there multiple times, and we don't want to spend. Yeah, we'll just have it be a hash table. See what happens. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Anytime something comes out of undo, we have some handle undo modified entities, and we're gonna go here. We're gonna go add to theta current entities E. All right. And then when we set the theta target, okay, we'll say set theta target is a float. E dot theta target equals theta target. If E dot theta current not equal to theta target, then add to theta current entities E. All right. So anywhere that sets theta targets, okay. It's mostly in the flow updaters. Maybe we didn't find all those in the search because of the spaces. Ugh. Oh. Um, this is going to be easy to make a mistake with. Okay. So let's just harmonize these and have the argument be called theta. I spelled current wrong. That's great. Um, wouldn't doing if not e and logging be null? What? I forget what code you're talking about. I remember putting a log error somewhere, but I don't remember where that was. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, we didn't. Ugh. This is going to be a little bit annoying. Okay. I mean, technically, we don't have to do what I'm doing right now, but you might as well. Like, if you say you're not allowed to set one of them, um, if you're not allowed to set one of them, then you shouldn't also directly set it when you're setting them both, right? I can do a meta program thing to like search for other cases. Okay. Um, fortunately, we don't like read theta target that often, so it's maybe not. Oh, turn toward. Turn toward makes a transaction. Okay. Transmute. That's so weird. This looks like a mistake. Oh, it's not a mistake. Okay, we'll just do this. Probably doesn't matter. Dude, I could so easily make a mistake here. Easily. Remember when I said we don't do this that many times? I lied. I lied. Okay. Okay, well, I mean, let's just get this compiling. So we need to have our theta current entities on the entity manager. This is our entity manager. It's a large data structure. Theta current entities is a table mapping from PID to bool. Okay, and table reset, which we do in reset entity manager. Table reset theta current entities. Okay, how many mistakes did we make? Oh, it's active theta current entities. It's a little, that's fine. Hey, okay, how bad did we break it? Where do we go to test this? Oh, we can go to wardrobes and rotate some beams. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Dude, the Judge Dredd movie with Carl Urban. I mean, you don't expect it to be Shakespeare, but it was surprisingly not bad. Okay, these guys, they're interpolating too fast. Okay. It's kind of a cool effect, sort of. But I don't know what's going on here. I messed something up. Let's go to... Let's make sure we stay here. So here as well. These guys are rotating just fine. I don't think that's a trend. Maybe it is a transaction. Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, let's fix the bug. I am tired, but we're close to fixing the bug and checking the performance. Now, because this is a visual thing, we could have introduced visual glitches into the game, but we'll find those over time and so forth. Spoilers. So this is like calls turn toward, but the character calls turn toward also. What is... See, that should also be a transaction. So part of it, the part where it looks like he's turning, I think is animation or something. Maybe it's not. Seems so fast now that I've been... That's the game, though. Like, it's almost cool. You guys remember, was it Blasteroids or something? There was some asteroids game where one of the ships could, like, instant 180. I think it was Blasteroids. You guys remember that? You know what I'm talking about? Defender? No, not Defender. It was an asteroids game. I played a lot of Blasteroids in the day. Blasteroids was honestly not that good. There was just something about it that was not tuned well, even though the graphics were snazzy. So whenever I went to that arcade, I mostly played Gorf or Kangaroo. Blasteroids had a sick 360. Well, you know where they got that from. You know where they copied the sick 360 from. Okay, hold on a second. Let's try changing the DT to 0, which should have the... Oh, this log error is what he was saying. This should have the effect of not ever changing it, the orientation, right? It'll just refresh it into the quaternion. And we'll see if that changes the behavior at all. Okay, he's literally just not rotating ever. Which is what I would expect. Oh, wait, that guy did. Wait, now he did. What? What? Wasn't he not turning in the beginning? Okay, anyway, it's still broken. I think this is just I made a pasta error, right? Let's look through the diff. Goblins. Get nearest enemy position, desired theta to face energy, set theta current, and target. Why are we doing that? Oh, this is in undo. Right? This is post undo reevaluate. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. We just, if you do an undo, even if the state was recorded while he was turning, we just snap him. All right. Okay. Next. Level start init orientations. Great. Wait, is that it? What? How does that make any sense? Okay, I guess it's so this calls turn toward, which means we make a thing. Set theta target. This is not a teleport. Turning. Turning theta accumulator. Set theta target. Maybe we needed to modify this, and we didn't. So this is this kind of complicated shit. We'll just we messed with theta current. Okay, there's a complicated thing about we play animations that have rotations in them, and then we like counter compensate. There's like shit that happens. Like we annul the rotation from the animation and we copy it into the entity rotation for reasons. Okay. Hey, look. We really need a turning animation for these guys. Okay, that guy didn't turn. What the fuck, dude? Why didn't you turn? Sometimes they turn. So now it's working. There's something weird that causes it not to work sometimes. It like works a lot of the time. Okay, you know what? Since I want to go to bed, here's what we'll do. We'll check the performance on this so that we can be happy, and then we'll debug it tomorrow. We won't check it in. So let's see, because that should get rid of like literally half a millisecond or whatever it was. I assume that now it's getting removed from here under some condition. The game needed more tuning but was rushed. Yeah, I mean, it felt that way. Felt that way. It's weird. Everything was a little too slow. Like everything had too much momentum, and it was like you were just sandbagged a little too much in terms of how you could react to things. It's so weird. Like, how long could it take to tune that? Like a week? Like, can't you hold your game that you're going to physically manufacture for another week? Maybe it would have taken longer. I don't know, according to whatever process they were using. Okay. Yeah, they don't always turn. You can't always have monsters that turn. And then they snap into it at some point. I feel like the hash table has a bug or something. We're going to have to investigate that. All right. We've still got another millisecond or two to cut out of other stuff later, but uh, simulate. Hey, look, it's all in update. Simulate D. When we started working on this because it was like 1.2 milliseconds or something, right? Now it's literally all in update move transactions, which that's got yet another iteration over all moving entities. Okay, this is great. The only thing that's not great is that the guys don't always turn, okay? They just don't know. It's a Unity game, guys. They don't always turn. It's like we have a P collision object. He rotated the wrong way. The fuck? Yeah, maybe there's a weird hash table bug. It's like that's what it feels like. We'll see. We'll log it and we'll find out. It's very weird. Now they're all, that's why I think it's a weird hash table bug because like now they're all responding correctly, right? But they weren't initially, we're not logging any weird entity not found errors. Okay, that guy didn't turn. Then he turned weird, and now he's turning normal. I don't know. Simple bug. They really don't like turning when they're facing away from the guy. That could be part of the problem. We'll see. All right, so we will not take the W on this, but we are very close. We cut like, I don't even know. You would have to look at the VOD and add it up, but we cut like 1.3 milliseconds off the runtime today on this machine. Okay? Which means, again, on Steam Deck or Switch 2, it's going to be what, 2x that, 3x that? So that's good. It's good times, my dude. I've been waiting for so long to get to this part of game development on this game. Feels good. All right, thanks everybody. Do I have to be up? I think I'm interviewing. No, we just have our regular meetings tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Cool. Thanks everybody. Have a good night. No raid tonight. We can't raid every night. See ya.